And that's the subject of our discussion now with Public Affairs Analyst Mayokun Ilo, who joins us right now on the Midday News. Good afternoon, and thank you for your time with us. So the presidency has taken ownership of several interventions done so far to curb the spread of this virus. Of course, we've talked about the travel restrictions, the suspension of issuing visas. What do you make of these steps?
Well, I will commend the presidency for making some monumental moves, but still they are not enough. The problem, as of yesterday now, Italy became officially the country with the highest number of deaths. And the reason is because they didn't follow the script from China well enough. By now, we shouldn't just have 13 countries. There were reports of some Europeans circumventing the ban on Americans, by passing through Nigeria. We should not create an hole that can be exploited by people, and in the process, they import disease into our country. The only issues in China now are imported COVID, even though they were the original sources of that disease. By now, we should have closed our borders to international travel completely, except the most stringent cases or diplomatic cases.
Absolutely.
As it were. So
an essential duties.
13 is okay, but for me, it's not good enough. At this stage, we should be imbibing best practices. It is novel, understandably. Nobody has passed through this experience before.
Absolutely.
But despite that, people are doing things. In UK, for instance, they are requesting their retired general practitioners, doctors, to come back to work because they understand the gravity of the situation. People in final year of medical schools in Italy are being recalled, are being asked to enter into the field because of how important it is.
So more can still be done, but then let's look at the economic interventions as well. We've seen the central bank, providing credit relief of trillions of naira to businesses and affected families as well. There's also the fuel price reduction and, so many other interventions in this regard. How will this mitigate the impact of the pandemic in Nigeria?
Well, like the president, according to the statement, said the reduction in price was on account of the lowering of the price of crude. But still, it is a very commendable move. It shows that the government has the interest of Nigerians at heart. In terms of the intervention by the CBN, it's also a good one. The devil, I always say, is in the details. It shouldn't be enough to just say, okay, we have an intervention fund. How do people access it? Justin Trudeau of Canada he even put on a link on his own personal Twitter handle that to know how you access the funds, the help from the government at these trying times, go through this link so that people will have an idea of how they impact. America is about sending checks to every household in America. So we need details so that people can have an idea of, okay, this is how the government is caring for me. It was in the release by the presidency that they are reducing interest rate from 9 to 5%. This doesn't apply to anybody. That should be well spelled out. If I want to take a loan from the bank now, I doubt if anybody will give it to me at 9%, talk less of 5%.
All right, Mayokun Ilo, it's a safe place, to leave it at this time because of time constraints. I appreciate your contributions on the news at this time. Thanks a lot.